All through the night, Jesus had been locked in the dungeon of the high priest's house. Early this Friday morning, he was brought before Pilate, who transferred his case to Herod. Herod sent him back to Pilate, and as we know, the religious leaders were looking for evidence that would justify putting Jesus to death, but they couldn't find any. Finally, the high priest demanded of Jesus, Tell us if you are the Messiah, the Son of God." Jesus replied, "I am, and you will see me, the Son of Man, sitting at God's right hand and coming back on the clouds of heaven." The crowds turned. Violently angry, they demanded his death. Pilate bowed to the pressure of the temple leadership and the crowds and condemned Jesus to a horrible death by crucifixion. Jesus was led away. He was beaten. He was mocked. He was spat upon. And by late morning, Jesus was led by the soldiers through the city and up the hillside of Golgotha, all the while carrying his own cross. Soldiers drove stake-like nails through Jesus' wrists and ankles, fixing him to the cross. An inscription was placed over his head that read, "The King of the Jews." As they continued to mock him, they bargained for his clothes. And Jesus spoke, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Innocently, he hung between two criminals, both guilty for their crimes. One calls out for Jesus, "Remember me when I come into your kingdom." And Jesus answers him, "Today you will be with me in paradise." His eyes meet his mother's, broken and tear-filled, as she stood at the foot of the cross next to the disciple whom she loved. And Jesus spoke comfort to them both. "Woman, behold your son. Son, behold your mother." The agony he endured was unimaginable. As he hung there, largely deserted by all he knew, he cried out, "Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani." My God, why have you forsaken me?" With little breath left in him, he spoke, "I am thirsty." And after they raised a hyssop branch to him with sour drink at nearly 6 hours on the cross, words of victory came from Jesus. "It is finished." Then Jesus called out with a loud voice, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." When he had said this, he breathed his last. It was the 9th hour, 3 in the afternoon. At that moment, the curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. The skies turned black. The earth shook, and the rocks split in two. The centurion that stood there at the foot of the cross then spoke the truest words ever spoken. Surely he was the Son of God. Jesus is taken down from the cross, and his body placed in the tomb before sundown. And the week continued.